All right, guys. Today is our first flex day. For our first few flex days, what we're going to be working through is this thing called a DBQ. Last Thursday or Friday, and for cohort 2, and on Monday for cohort 1, you should have all gotten a packet. That packet is a DBQ packet. DBQ stands for document-based question. And so really what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a question and we're working through it, doing some research, looking at documents to answer it. So we're looking for facts, we're looking for data, we're looking for testimonies, we're looking for firsthand accounts of things that are going to help us answer this question. This is not going to be opinion-based. This is more research and fact-based. That being said, you all should have gotten onto my web page or my Schoology page, right? And then you click into our first flex day. It says flex days, and it's just September 16th, just so you all know what it is. I click into it. As of right now, the instructions video is obvious. Obviously, it's not on there because I'm making it right now, but you'll see the DBQ1 PDF. That's all that's in there right now. I'll have the instructional video, but you should have the packet itself, and that's what I want you working on is the paper packet. If you did not get a paper packet, you can use this to print it off, hopefully, or at least if nothing else, grab out a blank sheet of paper so that you can answer questions on there and then transfer them onto a packet later. All right, but this one, the title of it is What Types of Citizens Does a Democracy Need? All right, and we'll look at the overview, and it says the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. The Constitution talks about many of the rights of citizenship. What it does not say what the job of a citizen is. The purpose of this mini Q, this mini DBQ that we have, is to identify the types of citizens needed in a democratic society. So in a society where there's citizens that are taking part of their government, what types of citizens are there, okay? Then it gives you a quick breakdown of the 3 documents that are in this DBQ, documents A, B, and C. And then it goes into this hook exercise. And this kind of gets us to think about the topic at hand, types of citizens and what types we want, things like that. And so this is where I want you to start. The hook exercise, what do good citizens do anyway? It says there are many different ways to be a good citizen. There are people who are personally responsible those and take care of themselves in a community. There are people who actively participate in and serve as leaders of the community affairs. And there is citizens who look at community and try to get to the root of an injustice. So they see a problem and they try to fix the thing that's causing the problem. And so really the 3 different types are personally responsible. They're the ones who just go and do things. Actively participate. Those are the ones who lead things. They are the city council members, things like that. They are the people who run soup kitchens. And then we have the people who address the root of the problem. They see a problem that's out there and they try to fix that problem. They aren't necessarily the leaders. They're the ones who are recognizing the problem and going after that. Okay, so below are 10 different activities. With the partner, obviously not with the partner, but by yourself, decide whether each one is personally responsible, actively participates, or address the root of a problem. And so as you go through it, just make a check mark in the appropriate box for each one. So for instance, this first one, attending a protest rally to challenge a government action or decision. This one you're wondering, is that somebody who's just personally responsible, they're taking care of themselves? They're out there doing good things, but they aren't necessarily leading or addressing the root of a problem. Are they somebody who's leading? Or are they somebody who addresses the root of a problem? And so for this one, we're seeing a protest rally to challenge a government action or decision. And so this one you look at, and as you're going through it, you could look at it as a couple different ones potentially. You could say personally responsible because they're going in participating in some sort of event, but they aren't leading it. I would more go with this one addresses the root of a problem. They know that the government did something. There was a problem that the government created, and they're trying to challenge the government to change that thing. And so that'd be my opinion on this one, is that somebody who addresses the root of a problem. Continue on with the other 9, go through where do they fall in which categories, all right? Then on every DBQ, there's this background essay. Oh my gosh, an essay. Yeah, I know. It's a whole page of reading. I want you to go through that. I want you to take time and read it well, okay? with your paper copy, highlight things, underline things, circle things. If you see a bold word, that's probably something important. If you see quotations, that's probably something that's kind of important. All right, so recognize those, make notes in there, underline, highlight, because after you're done reading this, you're going to have some questions on that background essay. So I want you to do those 4 questions as well. That 4th question is defining those terms. You might have to look those up. Go online, use your phone, use your computer, go online and figure out what those words mean if you don't already know. All right. At the end of your DBQ background essay, it will almost always have what your question actually is. All right. And so for this one, after you're finished, which is the bottom of it, says a total of 1,000 settlers will be chosen for this first colonization, a lunar colonization on the moon. NASA has created this lunar colony. Okay. And 1,000 settlers will be there. You must decide on the right mix of citizens. So how many personally responsible, how many participatory, how many justice-oriented citizens are you going to be selected for this colony? The government needs your recommendations. After deciding on your numbers, and they must add up to 1,000, explain why you picked the number of each kind of citizen you chose. Use the 3 citizen type featured in the document to help make your arguments, all right? And so what I'm going to say is that's what we're doing is you're going to decide how many of each of these types of citizens you need. And so what that means, and I'll explain that later. Don't worry about that a whole lot right now, but I just want you to know that's where we're headed. But for now, as you're doing this, what I want you to recognize is you need to know what a personally responsible citizen is. You need to know what a participatory citizen is, what a justice-oriented citizen is. So make sure you know those well. All right? After you've read the background essay, after you've done the background essay questions, the next piece then is to start looking at these documents. So document A is going to have a source. Look at the source. Always look at the source. That means where it came from, the date, all that sort of stuff. Then there's a picture, and the picture has a little blurb about it as well. Read and look at everything. Don't skip things. Don't look at it and say, "Oh, that's probably means nothing," and gloss over it. Read everything. That includes this little box down here in the middle of the page. Read that. All right. After you've done that, then you're going to do these 4 questions in document A. You're going to read through the document, look at the document, you're going to examine the document very thoroughly, and then you're going to answer these questions based off of your document stuff up here, okay? With these answers too, I'm going to make a note. They should not be one-word answers. They should have some meat to them. You should think about them. They should be answered fully because this is what you're going to end up writing about as we continue on. All right? Then document B, it's a different type of source. It's we look and it's a biography of Sue Brady. All right, that's the source. There's a note on this one. Make sure you read the note. Like I said, read everything, look at everything. All right, so there's going to be talking about her life a little bit. Then there are 4 questions about it. It says explain, explain. Make sure that you explain. Answer these questions fully. They shouldn't be one-word answers. All right, then finally, document C. Here's the source again. Here's a note. Read the note. If you don't read the note, you're going to miss it. All right, there's a picture. There's a little quote from Cesar Chavez in 1970. Then there again are 4 questions on it. Always, always, always read first, look at the stuff first, then answer the questions fully. All right. Next thing you get to is this thing called bucketing. Don't worry about that for right now. We're going to get to that later. But if you have your packet, which you all should, I told you to put it in a very safe place. That's what you should be working on today. You should come with that done to your next class meeting, all right? But you should have your packet done with all the documents, all the questions answered. You should have an idea what each type of citizen is, what they do, what it looks like, all right? Because that's what our writing is going to be all about. So your first document-based question, your first DBQ, what types of citizen does a democracy need? Your packet should be done, except for the bucketing and chicken footing, next class time. If you did not get one in class, you can print this off. All right. Or like I said, just grab a sheet of paper and answer the questions on a sheet of paper. All right. If you have any questions, as always, please, please, please let me know. And we will, I'll help you out, walk you through some stuff. All right. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you all soon.